So this view is towards the bottom of where I'm trying to see where Scratchy Corner is. It's right down there at the bottom somewhere. Scratchy Corner is. So we're at a farm near Kelby, which I've booked for the day, and we've got GM0SDM there, and we've got Kevin there, and we've got Mr. Chippy in the leaf there, and we've got me in the van. And we've got the aerials up, and the first aerial on the right is 4 meters J-pole, and the one on the left is that the one on the left is 23 sems. Yes, 23 sems is that one, and 4 meters is that one. So we'll go and see, we'll play at 23 sems for the first time. If you see Mark go in the background, that's ZX2. Doesn't matter where I move myself, I keep getting a signal when I move. Right, there we go. So we're doing 4 meters on the Maxon PM150. I've had 2 contacts, talking to G6ZBO at Gedling, Nottingham, and I've been talking to wweren't Andy on who's about 10 miles away in Lincolnshire. So that's like a 37-mile contact and a 10-mile contact, and we did set the generator going, and we're running the big air conditioner. Oh, and my dinner's going in there in a bit. And then we've got the Kenwood here, and that's on 23 sems, so I'm on 1297.5, and so far I haven't had a contact on there, and I'm running 10 watts. You'd expect me to have a contact by now on 23 sems. Anyway, I think we'd better go and look at the generator and see whether it wants some more diesel in it. Well, we don't mess about, we come with the Tango Towers generator. Let's see what we want fuel wise. That looks alright for a bit. And Mr. Chippy thoughtfully brought the tripod with him. In fact, instead of looking at the radios, we'll look at the nice view as well. That's always the thing when you're on top of a hill. This farmer's been by and waved to me. So let's try this. CQ23, CQ23. This is G0OJF, Golf 0, Oscar, Juliet, Foxtrot, Portable, Lincolnshire, calling CQ 23 and standing by. Oh, we'll try 4 meters. CQ4, CQ4, CQ4. This is G0OJF, Golf 0, Oscar, Juliet, Foxtrot, Portable in Lincolnshire, calling CQ and standing by. Well, I think they're all having their morning coffee, so we'll come back to that when somebody actually talks, I think. So there's a couple of people talking here. One of them is M0 Golf Juliet Quebec, or is it Mike 0 Bravo Sierra Victor? It's the latter. But he wasn't able to hear me when he was calling CQ, and I'm doing 25 watts. So I'll look that up later and see where he is.
Working into the contours on 4 meters isn't not going to happen. I look to be like Ken,
G8XVJ Portable. This is G0OJF. Go ahead.
Roger, G8XVJ Portable. I'm hearing you, but I'm also hearing another 2 stations as well. So, do you want to move frequencies, say 425?
Yes, 425, 425. G0OJF, G8XVJ. G8XVJ from G0OJF. G0OJF, Golf 0 Oscar Juliet Foxtrot In Lincolnshire, also portable, over.
Roger, good, it's good afternoon, yes, good afternoon, Golf 1 Hotel.
Someone else managed to jump onto that one.
This is George 8 X-ray,
So,
portable, name is Eric. About 20 miles north of Clitheroe, 20 miles north of Clitheroe, over.
Fine on that, name of the French key, Kilo Echo India Tango Hotel, and I'm near the racecourse in Doncaster. It's on the south side of Doncaster. Back to you.
Roger, okay, G8XVJ portable. Very good afternoon to you. Your signal is 5 and 9. I'm using a vertically polarized antenna, which is up at around 40 feet in the air. And I'm up here.
so I've got Mark with me, and so we did get acknowledged on that, and then the Doncaster station jumped in and kind of took the contact away from it, which really doesn't matter. So Doncaster's about 65 miles from here, and as for Clitheroe, have we got any ideas, Mr. B? We've got Mr. B, you see, not Mr. C. Mr. C's in the other car.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
Yeah, so I think you'll look that up. We'll come back to this in a bit. Not had anything on 23 SEMS yet. So we've now got a contact who's 10 miles north of Lincoln.
So I've got a bit of a wait. I've missed the name at that end, so the name's Richard at this end, and I'm about 4 miles to the west of RAS Scampton, little village of Stowe. So, you know, we're roughly 10 miles northwest, 9 miles northwest of Lincoln, midway between Lincoln and Gainsborough. Yeah, I think you're the chap that restores organs, aren't you, in church organs? Or am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right, and the name's also Richard. So you're about 37 miles away. We went through there about 10 days ago. I just wanted to drive past a friend's Key to H, which is he used to work at Scampton, and he's at New Toft. I just wanted to drive by and make sure he was still around, and so we did that. So yes, I can visualise where you are. And what radio are you using, Richard? Over.
This one is a good old classic. It's an Ascom SE550. It's quite an antique in terms of radio now. It's an XBMR set, of course, as they all were in the day. It's running about 20 watts into a 3-element beam, which should be, well, at the minute it's pointing just a little bit west of south, so I think I'm roughly in the right general direction for you. But there's no S-meter on it, so you're not going to get a report. I'm a bit mean like that. But the audio is excellent, so as far as my ears are concerned, your Q5 and S9, so that's good enough for me. But yeah, it's been a good old soldier, this has. I bought it, my first contact with it was with the late Dave KBC, J8 KBC in 2000. So I've had this good old Ascom for about 22 years, and it's never let me down. But I will admit, when it got hot last year during the summer, I did have one or two issues with the display going all gobbledygookish, and I traced that back down to a couple of dry joints on the micro board. So the whole micro board came out, and it was soldered up from end to end. And then we decided to put a little thermal control fan on the back of the radio, because these things do tend to run a bit hot. You know, they do tend to glow a little bit. But that's the only one I've got running for 4 meters at the minute. I've got nothing for 23 at all. I've took all my antennas down. I did have 23, I did have TV on 23, and I could have got on FM. But the activity has just disappeared. So I took everything down, you know, and I put my 4 meter and 6 meter antennas up. And we play on 4 quite a lot. And we have been playing on 6 when the band's been open, but the last week or so it's been pretty quiet, been pretty sparse. I have been monitoring the Portuguese beacon, but I say it comes up, it makes a few characters of Morse, and then that's the last you hear of it for a couple of hours. Then there's a few more characters, and then it disappears back into the noise again. So conditions haven't been very good. There's been nothing sporadic key activity, not to shout about. Excuse me. And the other night I came in and I was listening on 4FM, and there was an HB9 popped up on the calling frequency. But by the time I got a call, you know, by the time I was ready to give him a call, it disappeared again. So it was quite sporadic. But as I say, it's nice to hear you, nice to have a bit of a chat, and it's nice to find there's somebody else on another band. Oh, where are we? G0 OJF, Golf 1 Alpha, Uniform, Quebec.
G1A UQ. Yeah, roger on that, Richard. There's a lot of Richards on these radios, and so I said we decided to give it a go at 23 sems from this farm, 4 miles from my home QTH. So I've got an old Renault van, and it's got a bench in the back with the radios on, got a generator. The van has a huge air conditioner in it run by the generator, and we've got a couple of those wheel on brackets with masts on. So we'll put one up for 23 sems, and I've put one up for 4 meters, which of course is what I'm on. So it's a Maxon PM150, so that's an SMX 4050, and I worked at Nottingham Radio for 16 years, service manager and buyer, and I took the opportunity in the late 90s to buy 3 of these Maxon PM150 radios, brand new. So I bought one for 4 meters, all the correct spacing and that, and then programmed it accordingly. I bought one for 2 meters, which is the 4150, but instead of the usual NH model, it was the SL model, so that it did 145 megs and 25 spacing. Then bought one for UHF, so that's on 70 sems, and I've had them, so I bought them late 90s, so it's now 25 years I suppose, and I haven't had the lids off on any of them since they were programmed up and initially tuned. So there you go, Richard. G0 OJF, over to you.
G0 OJF, G1A UQ, no problem, no problem.
We'll leave the video at that then.
I like them.
So that was Richard in near RAF Scampton. I'm going to give one more call out on 23 sems, and I think we'll call it a day. We've had half a dozen contacts on 4 meters, and like Richard there, it was a half-hour, 40-minute high-quality chat, and that's what I'm looking for as a radio amateur. I'm not looking for a contest with a fictitious 5 and 9 when they're not at all. So we'll just do one more on 23 sems. G0 OJF calling CQ 23 sems, CQ 23 sems. This is G0 OJF Portable in Lincolnshire. G0 OJF Portable calling CQ 23. So that's been as our first time on 73 sems. I did do fast scan colour TV in the 90s, but I only had to do that on about 100 milliwatts. So we'll call it a day at that, and we'll say goodbye from the Tango Towers ratchet van. Thanks for watching.